if you're going to take a sandwich and you're going to dip it in something to then get it into your, like, you need some, like, goo on your sandwich. You need some moistness on your sandwich. What do you dip your sandwich in? Is it a barbecue sauce? Is it horseradish? What the fuck is it? Welcome to another brand new episode of 3 Minute Critics. I'm Eric.
Geez. I'm Tony. Today, on 3 Minute Critics, we're not reviewing a movie per se.
Not so much a movie.
But it is a show that is on Netflix, and it's Dave Chappelle's newest installment in his Netflix comedy stand-up specials, The Closer, which seems to be the last of the series.
The name says it all, The Closer.
The Closer. This one is rated TV mature, as you might imagine.
You might guess. Yeah, it's not.
Guess who it stars?
Abe Vigoda.
Yes. And he's amazing. He looks just like Dave Chappelle.
No, it's Dave Chappelle.
Oh, right. No, it is Dave Chappelle. It's directed by Stan Lathan. And Eric, tell us a little bit about this comedy special.
Well,
very little bit.
There's not much to tell. I mean, as he closes out this slate of comedy specials that he's been doing on Netflix, Dave takes the stage to try to set the record straight on some items, get a few things off his chest. It's stand-up for Dave Chappelle is what it is.
You know
what you're getting into.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's just talk about what it is. And
but
what
we need to put 3
it.
minutes on the clock to do that.
Oh, please do that.
So, Tony, your thoughts on Dave Chappelle, The Closer.
First of all, let me say, I still believe Dave Chappelle is a brilliant human being. I feel like he got a little caught up in ego in this one.
Okay.
Because...
Why is that?
I feel like somebody as smart, witty, creative, and hilarious as Dave Chappelle is shouldn't feel the need to have to get up and spend an hour and however many minutes. I mean, because the whole thing is about one thing. The whole thing is about his feud with the LGBTQ community.
A little bit. He does a little bit.
It's a little bit of a grudge match. Now, having said that, he's just up there to make himself, clear of all charges because he's been dragged through the mud by the community.
Quite a bit.
I still feel like there's some brilliant stuff in this special. But it was too much of like, listen to my side of the story, I'm right, and I'm the GOAT. I mean, when you call yourself the GOAT...
yeah, but there's a punchline there. I get what he's going for.
I know, and it's a joke, and I get that.
And yes,
what did you think?
Although Tony's right, and most of this is about, sort of like... He's basically ending... At least he says for now, this series of specials he's done on Netflix, and he's clearing the air to a degree. But there is some Me Too movement in here as well. There's some other stories, some other jokes. The majority of it is LGBT.
The overwhelming majority is about his feud with the LGBT.
But here's what I like about Dave Chappelle and what I like about The Closer especially is that yes, this is a stand-up comedy special, but what I love about Dave Chappelle is he keeps doing this, and I think he gets better and better with it, is that a lot of comedians they go up and they tell jokes, and they sort of infuse a story or something in their life into that joke. Dave really is a storyteller.
He's great.
He's a storyteller, and he'll be telling you a story, and then all of a sudden he'll take a hard left turn and give you a punchline that you did not expect.
Right.
And... No. You can't help but laugh out loud.
Well, and a few times, there are a couple punchlines, without ruining anything, there are a few punchlines in this where the audience does not laugh out loud.
No, they don't.
Not because it's not funny, not because it's not clever or well crafted, but because they're a little nervous.
Yeah, and because this is very real.
Not just about the LGBTQ community, but a few other things too, but especially that.
Yeah, he's taking on one very big topic. But he's not afraid to go in there. I feel like he's very genuine.
I do too.
I really do. I
do too.
And again, to me, it's comedy, but it's really more deep storytelling. And it culminates, and we won't tell you exactly what goes on, but there's a very deep story at the end of this that you're going to want to get to the end.
That's part of my problem.
I didn't think so. I thought that was really well done.
To me, it feels like, look at how great I am. Look at how I'm not what you're saying I am.
The way he infused the comedy into that story.
That was my biggest problem in the whole thing. I think Dave should. I know the horn went off, but let me just say one last thing.
Please do.
I hear it. I hear what you're saying. I really do about that last story. But for me, that last story is too much of an excuse. It's a little bit of Dave.
It's an excuse or a reason.
No, it's a little bit like, look at how great I am. I had this amazing relationship with this human being, and we see each other. So you can't say anything to me now in that way anymore because I had that relationship. So he's trying to take himself off the hook. And for me, it feels a little bit like Dave, who never pulls punches, is almost pulling a punch there because he's saying, "See, I'm really am a good guy." I didn't like that. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You do.
I might not necessarily
I get the
viewpoint,
agree,
but I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Yes, no, I do. I get that viewpoint.
Okay, horn went off.
It did.
So now it's time to rate this special.
Yeah, special.
On
special.
a scale of 5 stars. And Captain Kirk, Commander, the Commander,
I like
Aldrin,
to be called Mr.
Commander
Shock.
Aldrin is going to tell us what he thinks about this.
They call me Buzz.
Especial.
I like the difference, again, between Chappelle and a lot of other comics, and the reason why I like this is it really is you go on a journey with Chappelle. He's very genuine. He hits these big subjects, and it's almost like he's sitting around the campfire at the dinner table telling you a story.
Yeah, he's a great story.
And he's able to throw you these jokes that. Yeah, sometimes they feel very uncomfortable,
and then
and then you're like, it's like you laugh, and you're like, oh God, should I be laughing at that?
And it is funny.
But he did say something in it, and I'm paraphrasing, but he was saying something like, at some point, this is art, and you're welcome to interpret it however you want to.
Watch it if you want, don't watch it if you don't want.
Exactly, and I really like that take on it, and I love how he pulls me in. I would watch 2 hours of this because of his storytelling capability and the way he makes you laugh when you don't see it coming. Therefore, I give this 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh, very, very high rating.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I was bummed to see it end, actually, and I thought the arc of it was, for a comedy show, is very good.
Yeah.
Or I call it a storytelling show.
I agree with that, yes.
Tony,
okay, interesting.
please tell me, I'm very curious.
Okay, first of all, I'm a fan. I think he's brilliant.
You're a fan, like Four Blade?
Four Blades for Chappelle. I think he's very, very smart. He's a super smart human being. He deserves the credit he gets. He's not a poser. This guy puts things together in ways that we all kind of think about, but he coalesces them into stories usually that then teach us something about the way we think that we may not have understood.
You always feel like you learned something after a Dave Chappelle show.
Or that he was able to, create a story that eloquently, sort of gives you what you were already feeling that you couldn't put into words yourself.
I always feel like something new I learned something new.
And as you can see, I'm not doing the same thing by my storytelling abilities. However, I do think this is excellent and on par with his other specials, but because I feel like he was trying to excuse himself and trying to show people who he really is, which I don't think he needs to do, for that I downgraded a little bit to 3.5 stars. Now, having said that, all his other specials are quite brilliant, and that's a 3.5 stars only in relation to his other specials.
I got you. Yeah, so it's like if you love Chappelle, you're probably going to love this.
I honestly think everybody should watch it.
And for
have
that,
at it.
And for people that don't know, or maybe if you've never seen a Chappelle and you want to go back, and watch it, watching this, you get that real storyteller feel, and I think that is something that
he's pretty amazing.
First timers to Chappelle might really find interesting.
Agreed.
You know what I find interesting?
No.
The fact that we're out of time. Because it goes like that.
Because we could do this for hours. You wouldn't be watching it?
Yeah, no.
But we would be doing it.
We're just going to keep going, but we're going to turn the camera off
and still talk.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about nonsense.
Ad nauseum.
But if you got... listen, first and foremost, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
So much. We
Cheers.
Because if not, we're just sitting here flapping our gums.
Gumming our flaps.
If you would like to... we want to hear what you think about this special. Have you seen it? Or any other Dave Chappelle stuff?
Have you
let us know.
Gummed your flaps lately?
Yeah. If you have done that, let us know about that too. Please comment, like, subscribe, because we're going to do more of this kind of good stuff and things and stuff. But we're so out of time.
We are out of time.
Yeah, I got to get back to my space capsule.
He's got to get back out and
I got to get over to Uranus. Until next time, we are the
3
Minute.
Greetings! Gong, 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 gong. Of course, because
What kid hasn't had Snicker butt
every
after
kid
eating
has
like
had Snicker butt. Every kid has had Snicker butt.
They have.